Peace, love, and blessings. I am back with another word. Um, and this is more so geared to my men and also the women, okay, for those who are on the Kingdom Spouse journey. Because there's comments that I see posted on my timeline. And it's a lot of hurt that I can see behind these comments when it comes to Kingdom Spouse. It's a lot of hurt. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot of disappointment that I see. And it really, really bothers me, It really does. It bothers me. And I just wanted to make this message, you know, and just be a mouthpiece for the women. And I'm not here to bash any men. These words are from the love of Christ. Okay. These words are right. They're all from love. And it's more so kind of like, a warning to you. You know what I'm saying? And just so you can be aware of just what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to, I know you guys, men, you guys deal with a lot on your own and y'all face many trials and different things like that, but I want y'all to understand the women aspect of it all and what we also, deal with as well when it comes to holding on to this promise. Okay. So God, he allows me to be able to feel other people's pain. And, reading through certain comments on YouTube and stuff, it really pains me. It pains me to see so many hurt women that are still standing, still praying, still fasting, for their believed to be God ordained spouse, right? And I just wanted some of y'all men to know and understand how much warfare, how many of y'all's demons that they had to ward off, how many spiritual attacks that they had to face and fight for you. A lot of the counterfeits that you were connected to, men, have sent a lot of black magic and spells and all types of crazy stuff to these women. And I don't think y'all understand how much warfare they had to face. Women went through hair loss, went through face breakouts, went through sicknesses in their body because of the counterfeits you are dealing with, sending these curses to these kingdom, to your spouse, to your God ordained spouse. And that takes so much strength to fight that and not just want to throw in a towel. God is teaching these women how to love unconditionally, and it's through y'all. We have to learn how to love just how Christ loves us unconditionally, no matter how many times we run and reject God. God still loves us. And so these women are being taught what unconditional love is through this journey with trying to still love you unconditionally in spite of the warfare, in spite of the rejection, in spite of the hurt, in spite of the disappointments. Right? And so, these women, they are true warriors of Christ. And honestly, on some real, if y'all can't value her, then leave her alone for good. Stop walking in and out of her life. Stop gaslighting her. Stop, giving her promises that that you can't fulfill. Just stop. Because it's hurting and it's damaging these women. If you're not ready for her, then just leave it be. Say, Lord, I surrender her to you and I don't want to do this. Say it so that she can also, so it can be revealed to her for her to let go. I just want y'all to wake up and literally treasure the gift that God has sent to you, because I'm going to tell you, once God replaces you because you failed to accept the call, let me tell you, the hardest thing you'll have to face is watching someone else take your position and watching her make a man the happiest man in the world when it should have been you. Understand that pride comes before destruction. And I know you've already experienced enough of your world crumbling down. I want y'all to understand that your protection and your grace is connected to your spouse. And to be completely honest, no shade, but the only reason why you are still living and haven't lost completely everything is because of your spouse's prayers and covering. Don't you know that a wife's prayer is way more powerful and effective than your own mother's prayers? Let me tell you, once your spouse officially disconnect, it's over. It's over for you. Because when you reject your spouse, you're not only rejecting your spouse, but you're rejecting the Most High. And when you reject God, unfortunately, you're digging yourselves an early grave. So just return back home to the Lord. Just return back. Get yourself together. Get it back. Just go back home to the Lord before it's too late. Because for real, in this hour, God is he is so upset. And he don't play when it comes to his daughters. These are daddy girls. These are daddy's girls, okay? And if you keep playing with their hearts, I guarantee that you will feel the wrath of the Lord. And I'm going to be honest, that's the last thing you want to feel or ever experience is God's wrath. So I just advise you, get it together. Leave them counterfeits alone. Get delivered from that lust. Stop prolonging and delaying your life. Because for real, time is short. And promises are meant to be fulfilled in this hour. And God is no longer waiting on you. He's legit about to X you out. Your freedom, your abundance, your prosperity, your protection, your purpose. All of these things are connected to the very thing that you're running from. And the reason why it's so hard, the reason why it's been so hard is because the enemy knows your weaknesses and he sets booby traps. Literally, he sets up booby traps for you to get caught up so that you won't walk into purpose. And it's his way of trying to literally make you kill yourself. It's a whole setup. Just how on Saul, remember that movie Saul, how he sets people up for them to kill themselves. He's not the murderer. It's the people that murder themselves. And so, when it comes to that, the wages of sin is death. And he wants you to stay in sin so that he can destroy you. So wake up. Your wife, your spouse has been literally patiently waiting and falling apart, holding on to you. Believe in God for you, trying to save your life, but they can't save who don't want to be saved. So at this point, the ball is in your court. It's your choice. It's either life, which is God and in your spouse, or it's death or destruction, which is these counterfeits, lust, and sin. You pick. It's time to return back home from the wilderness and return to the Lord. And then after that, he'll guide you on how to return back to his daughters. But it's time. Peace, love, and blessings.